here we are again, Around A Neon Cactus.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special episode, Season 2, Episode 9 of Around A Neon Cactus. As you can see, Emilio had to escape to San Antonio for a special project, which we are going to get to in a second. Let's get it started, if we can, with the little What's in Your Cup.
What's in your cup?
I'm actually sipping on water because I'm hungover because me and Fuentes got into some wine last night. Also, I think I was shooting like Jack Daniels at some point. But to help with that, I don't know what this is. It was in the refrigerator. Someone left it here. It's Half Batch Brewing Company. So let's
Nice. How about you, Jer? Are you still hungover or what?
No, I actually today is
it's your day.
So I've actually got some nice, energizing, uplifting tea.
Very sick.
Nice.
It's so good. It's citrusy. It's a good jolt of caffeine. I'm feeling okay.
Nice. Well, I'm drinking some water as well, Diego. I'm hydrating because I'm prepping to go on a marathon. Maybe 2 or 3 rounds around the block. How about you, E?
I am actually drinking some freshly squeezed limonada.
Woo!
From
Oh, dude, what is that place?
Taqueria Tapatia.
Oh, dude, that's what's up. I'm very jealous right now.
So what are you doing in San
As they say.
Antone?
So what's going on is our good friend Augie Meyers was invited by the website Visit San Antonio, which is the city's website. And he was asked to talk about the music scene and what it's like down here. And he was cool enough to invite me to represent us to talk about what the San Antonio music scene is like and what the sound is. And basically what every interview we have to answer, what does your music sound like? That's what I did. So,
well, should we take a look at this amazing interview that you did and get people to go to San Antonio, especially once this thing starts to get over and people can travel? This San Antonio is the place they need to go.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, let's check it out.
My name is Henry Bruin. I'm here playing 2 roles for you guys. We're old friends and we want to talk about music.
I'm Augie Meyers from San Antonio, and I'm a musician. I play accordion, guitar, piano. Yeah, I sing and write songs. I love music. I write my music around San Antonio, just like Hey Baby, Que Paso.
Hey baby, ¿qué pasó? Thought I was your only vato.
They always ask me, how you wrote that song? There was a lady I went with for about 6 weeks. A couple of weeks later went by and I didn't see her no more. And I said, hey baby, Que Paso? That's where I came up with that line, And then she called me and she said, hey, all my friends, their kids, everybody's singing that song. I sure like to get a copy. I said, you can buy it at Walmart. And she hung up on me.
My name is Emilio. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I play in a band called the Las Bandoleros. My dad was Emilio Novita, and he was a singer, songwriter, musician, Tejano musician, country stuff too. But I would say if Selena was the queen in the 90s of Tejano, he was the king.
Right.
I agree.
My brother plays in the Las Bandoleros with me. We grew up on Augie's music, and the Tornadoes music was just, it's a soundtrack to our lives.
I want each one of you to say a phrase on how you would describe the music scene in San Antonio.
Diversity. Growing up playing in San Antonio, we've talked about this before, you have to know how to play every style of music or you ain't gonna get the gig.
That's so true.
Well, I mean, San Antonio, you got your country, you got your blues, you got your polka, but it all comes together if you really stop and think about it. Then you got the conjunto. My dad listened to nothing but Spanish music. And he used to tell me, boy, if you learn how to play that music, you'll go somewhere. And here I am.
We have the imprint of Texas and an imprint of San Antonio culture in our music. And there's nothing cooler than to go playing overseas.
We talk about that all the time. And anytime we go around the world and people ask, what is this music? Where does it come from? I always say, There's a place in San Antonio, Texas called Market Square. And if you go down and you stand in the middle, there's gonna be a blues band playing on one side, a country band on this side, a Tejano band on this side, a rock band on that side, and they're all playing together. That's kind of what it is.
What kind of music you like? Come to San Antonio and hear it all. But I say, come to San Antonio because I always call San Antonio one step above happy. When I go on the road, I always tell people that I gotta come there sometime. Just learn about our music and our culture. Like when I grew up, I lived on the east side, and then I moved to the north side, but all my friends were from the west side and the south side. We can sit down right now if we had an instrument and play different songs from different parts, but it all sounds good because we know what we're playing.
It's going to come together.
Yeah, that's the thing, is just as San Antonians growing up, you heard all styles of music, right? Like kids my age grew up on Emilio and Selena, but also the same as George Strait. And at the same time, whatever was on the radio and pop radio, right? Because San Antonio does not discriminate when it comes to music. They never do. That's the reason why at Fiesta we have all kinds of genres going, right? So I think if you just grow up in San Antonio, you're used to it. Your ear picks up on all those styles and it becomes you. It's a part of who you are.
Oh man,
You did such a great job, brother. Very proud of you.
Great interview, E.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you
E,
very
that
much.
was fantastic. You held yourself like such a gentleman. You and Augie look so great sitting on that stage. That's awesome, man. It made me it made me miss home for sure.
It's such a smorgasbord of styles and taste and flavors. It's great.
Just like
really. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of going to San Antone,
Well, that's what I was gonna say. We're doing like a little San Antonio theme this episode because I talked to the city and they really miss you guys. So let's just keep it all San Antonio.
Keeping it San Antone. It's called Is Anybody Going to San Antone? And the songwriters are actually from Nashville, but the person that made this song famous was Charley Pride.
Right.
And then obviously was covered later by Doug Somm and the Texas Tornadoes, which is where I actually first heard the song there. But then, you know, Charley Pride is probably the one who made it famous. And as I started doing research on it, it took me back to when I was living in Dallas and working out of Charley Pride's studio right there off of 635. He had a studio out there, and I was fortunate enough to work with one of his engineers and spent a couple years working out of his place. And our rest in peace, Charley. He recently passed, and he was a legend. So I think this hits many cylinders, right? We're paying tribute to Charley Pride, paying tribute to Texas Tornadoes, and paying tribute to San Antonio. So should we jam it, guys? Let's do it, huh?
That's just great, Jared. I love the way you tell your stories. Yeah, let's jam it. I'm going to take the high harmony on the chorus.
San Antonio. Rain dripping off the brim of my head. Sure is cold today. Here I am walking down 66. Wish she hadn't done me that way. Sleeping on a table in a roadside park. A man could wind up dead, but it sure seems warmer than it did sleeping in our king-size bed. Oh, is anybody going to San Antone or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is alright as long as I can forget I've ever known her. Yeah. Wind whipping down the neck of my shirt like I ain't got nothing on. But I'd rather fight the wind and rain than what I've been fighting at home. Oh, is anybody going to San Antone or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is alright as long as I can forget I've ever known her. Whoa. writing letters back home. Tomorrow she'll probably want me back, but I'll still be just as gone. Oh, is anybody going to San Antone or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is alright as long as I can forget I've ever known her. Yeah, any place is alright as long as I can forget I've ever known her. Let's keep it going, boys.
Sure thing.
1, 2, 3.
Excellent job, guys.
Fun song, right?
San Antonio.
I heart San Antonio.
Big time.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week around a Neon Cactus.
What's up?
What's going good?
Hey!